In nature, all that we perceive with our five senses is a result of two fundamental principles. Everything in existence is made of a relationship between vibration and matter. Vibration is a masculine creative force countered by matter, which is a feminine receptive force. Thus begins the principle of duality. We see this duality in ancient myths and philosophies, yet only those philosophies and scriptures that were perverted and raped of the original meaning gave the impression that one polarity was good while the other was evil. The original sages, adepts, and shamans taught that both are necessary, and one would not exist without the other. These two important principles come together to form all things in the universe. This is Kymatica.
Welcome back to the channel. As you just saw in that clip from the documentary Kymatica, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It was made by Benjamin Joseph. He has a YouTube channel. The link is down below. It was made about 10 years ago, and I think it almost feels more relevant today than it did then, even though, I mean, there's speculation, theory, opinions, facts. It's full of a lot of different ideas that could be right or wrong, but that's not really the point. I wanted to dive into this idea of sound and matter, because I do believe that, I mean, when you break everything down, you have, all physical objects are made of matter, of different individual particles, clumped together into whatever it is, a human, a tree. But then you have sound that is all around us all the time, in different forms, different waves that, I'll put up a video that I'm sure you've seen, where people will take like a drum and they'll put sand on top of the drum, and the different sound waves will create the different shapes. So I believe that sound definitely puts together matter into different ways. When you put it onto like a universal scale, which is hard to fathom in general, because it's such a large, the universe is so large that it's hard to imagine the earth sitting on that drum. Like if you were to break down the earth into all of its pieces and set it on top of a drum, and then shoot sound into that, the right frequency, the right sound, whatever that is, and then have the world be created from that, on the top of that drum, like the same way the sand is, which is really mind-boggling to me. I feel that is the way that the world is being held together, this relationship between sound and matter. As he points out in the documentary, there's a lot of those ideas were changed over time to where it, and used for the benefit of power, in saying that one thing is better than the other, when really you need to have both working in unison to create everything around us. And I kind of have been thinking about it in the sense of the way information, like the sound of information, and the way that it is affecting our consciousness, our unconsciousness, just our world now. I mean, we're living in the age of information that can be spread across the world in a matter of moments. Something happens, and minutes later, everybody can know about it. It's just so interesting. I mean, I urge you to take more time and look into it, because it's really hard to put it into words. But I think that, I think we have begun tearing ourselves apart by putting out so much negative sound that it's affecting the world around us. Is there a solution? I don't know. I guess more positive sound. But put some more positive sound out there, people, right? We're being so negative all the time. In the next episode, I'll dive into the next section of this documentary. I kind of want to break this documentary down into sections and talk about it, get feedback. So I urge you to comment below and tell me what you think. Tell me if I'm crazy, or the documentary is crazy, or that maybe I'm thinking about it too much. But I wish there was a way to test this theory of placing all of Earth's matter onto a giant drum and projecting a sound into it that would that would essentially create the Earth in that with that sound. I don't know. If I had cool 3D effects knowledge and ability, I would create like a recreation of that. I don't know. Maybe somebody has. I'll have to look more into that. I probably should have before I made this video, but yeah. In the next episode, we'll be talking about it further along in this documentary. It goes into the power of language and how it has been changed over the years, and how there was this, I guess, a study or philosophy, an ancient philosophy that they had a candle, a lit candle, and that different languages, frequencies, words, when in a certain way would change how the flame reacted. It would change its color. So the next video, I kind of want to try to recreate that. I think that would be really interesting to see what it would take to affect the matter of a flame, like what sound frequency. So I don't want to get too far off topic. Let me know what you think in the bottom, down in the comments. Subscribe and click that bell to make sure we get so you can see the next episode. Go watch the documentary. Go subscribe to Benjamin Joseph's channel. He does great. He has great discourse, which I think is important. I think it's part of that. Our sound being the sound of the world being affected is that our discourse is crumbling. Anyways, I'll see you in the next episode.